discovered in 1932 and worked heavily from 1934 to 1936, the Iron Horse Gold Mine produced nearly 1/4 of an ounce of gold per ton of ore, and is a fine example of just how quickly gold-bearing ore can be removed from the side of a mountain. Blasted out long ago, miners worked their way straight up and along extended tabular ore veins consisting of mostly soft limonite, iron, and hematite via a process called stoping, with clearly seen evidence of long-removed ore veins high on the side of the hill. Finishing shacks that once contained gold concentration equipment, such as high-concentration shaker tables, now lie rotting and sun-bleached below what once was a medium-sized mill site with clearly recognizable tailings piles and concrete pylons that once held crushing equipment such as a stamp mill and ball mill. Mines such as this require many cases of dynamite, and this vented roof powder shack is easily recognizable, nestled between two pinyon pine trees far removed from the mill site for safety. Today on Abandoned and Forgotten Places, I take you deep inside only 1 week after western Nevada was rocked by a 6.5 earthquake. Along its extensive haulage at it and drifts, I'll show you damage sustained as well as take you high up into one of its towering stopes to get a glimpse of the vein hiding deep within this abandoned mine. I'm hoping that this mine comes out the other side of the hill. The report did say that it did use the terminology tunnel, and we all know when it says tunnel, that means it's going to go completely through the mountain. We'll just have to see. Moving along at a pretty good pace here. If I find something really cool, I'll be sure to point it out to you. But right now we're just heading straight on down the haulage at it. Wow. All right, we've got a little bit of a drift going to our left, and does it snake around the corner here? Oh, they were just probing right there, and that's as far as it goes. Okay, what you got up in here, Mr. M? Nothing there. Okay. Okay, well, we will keep on going. Well, you know, the nice thing is if there's another earthquake while we're in here, we get trapped up in the nose of this mine, we can always climb out of this mountain using one of them ore passes or going up a stope.
That's a pleasant thought, Gly.
Isn't that? I'm trying to be an optimist for you. And that is as far as this drift goes. Guys, okay, let's just work our way straight back. There we go. Keep going this way. You see all the blasting fuse laying on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
It's all over the place in here. Ooh, look at this cleave right here. Let's get away from that. Oh, this is an ugly, ugly section.
Yeah, let's get out of here. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to your backpack and close my eyes. I'll just follow it along with you.
Okay.
All right.
Well, the reason it was cleaving like that in that particular area, it's because we were going against the grain,
I know, it's all hacked out.
against the strata, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what'll happen. All right. Well, we got a drift kind of going off to the right. Let me just poke on up in here. What's that? Oh. An old bottle with a cork in it. Still on the top. Okay. And up in there, nothing, as far as it goes. Okay. Beautiful looking material up in here, lots of colors. There we go. I can stand up now. I do like a mine I can stand up in. Well, we've got to be coming up on, what, 1,500, 1,700 feet in here so far. See, you just never know about these old mines. You find one you think is really interesting, then you look at it on Google Earth. And it doesn't look like much looking down on it from Google Earth, but when you get there, look at how much bigger it turned out to be. Oh, I don't like that. Let's get out from under that. We're walking above. So this area of the mine, yeah, it used to flood. See that? Let me show you guys the water line. You can kind of see it used to come up about six inches high through here.
This is a nice one, Gly.
I'm liking it. Yeah, this is a nice big mine. We still have lots more areas to explore. Gonna have to go up that ladder and see what that's all about. Aha! Okay, we just learned where the water's coming from. Let me point it out to you folks here. There's a drill hole right there. So at one time, they came in and they drilled this mountain, and one of the drill holes intersected with the haulage at it. Now that's not on purpose, that's just blind luck. And the drill mud, because of course they use a lot of water when core drilling, a lot of that water worked its way into the haulage at it here. And that's what we were walking on. I'm gonna point this out. Here, hold the camera right there, Mr. M, just like that. Okay. Let me show you something, guys. Give me a second here, gotta adjust my light. Okay, this is a fault, what we have right here, okay? It's actually a slip fault. And if I would have been in this mine during that 6.5 earthquake, there's a good chance that on some of these slip faults, you're gonna see this here moving independently from that right there. You can actually watch it go back and forth as the undulations work their way across this section of Nevada. It would be scary as all heck, don't get me wrong, but you would see stuff like that occurring in the mine if you were in here during a big earthquake. All right, let's continue on. All right, what do we have? We have another big drift going off to the left. Goodness gracious, look at that. All right, but we're just gonna stay, we'll keep that one on the menu. Let's just stay on the primary for right now. Look here, guys. Another one. Very nice. Okay. Let's just stay here. Here is, I'll point it out to you. We got two interesting things down here on the ground. There's what's left of a windlass. Those are the upright boards for a windlass. And down here on the ground is a dead miner's cat. That was the scat. That's where the scat's coming from that I pointed out earlier. All right. We're at a Y section here. Goes left or right. We're going to come back and revisit this. Mr. M, what do you say? Let's just keep on the primary, and we'll come back and revisit that. You know, you do enough of these mines, a lot of them, they're all kind of laid out the same. It's really hard to get lost in them unless you're in what's called unless they're doing pillaring, room and pillar method. Now those you can sometimes get turned around in. All right, anything up in here? No, okay.
I thought the other one was the main.
Yep, we've reached the end of this one. Okay guys, we're gonna head back to the other one and go down that direction. Okay, see you over there. Okay, so a moment ago we just came from there. Now we're gonna work our way to the right and see what's up in this little drift, if anything. Well, besides the really ugly looking ore chute, which I want to show you guys this. Look at that. Goes way up into those stopes. Bunch of sketchy ladders, and there's a whole bunch of air blowing up that direction. So we've got ourselves a way out going that way. All right. And oh, good deal. We have an old newspaper here. Let's see if we have a date. No, unfortunately, I'm not seeing a date. All right, we just came from right here. Now, let's head up the next drift. That's how we're going to do this mine. We're just going to work our way backwards now and explore all those drifts that we didn't go down coming in here. Oh, we have more earthquake damage here. That's fresh. Look at that. See that? Nice. Exciting, huh?
Next time it's hang gliding or something.
Oh, looky here. Wow, they sure did a nice job.
They did, and that's a really nice representation of a face.
Yep. Look at that. What do we have up here for geology that they were chasing? Right there. Yep. Here, yeah, point that. There you go. That's it. Yeah, you got it. That is one of the veins. But look at all the mica schist in there. All that sparkling stuff. That's what you're seeing, guys. It's just mica. But I don't know. I've seen better veins, but maybe there was some high grade going through that area.
Maybe it was bigger here and pinched down there.
That could be, yep. Okay, well guys, I'm not going to take you all the way back to the next one. I'll just see you over there. All right, we were just right up there. Now we have to go left down this drift. Guys, remember in the past I've talked about slick and slide, And what that is it comes from areas that are full of fault gouge right here above our heads. Let me point it out to you. That is all clay material. Now it's hard like rock, but it started off as clay. And off here to the left, you can see how fragile it is. See how it's all flaking away from the ribs? That's all fresh. That just came down from the earthquake. There's no dust on it at all. All right. Oh, you notice that? Did you smell that, Mr. M?
Sulfur?
Yeah. Yep.
I caught a whip. I still have it.
All right. Another right or a left. I think we're just going to stay straight on this drift. We'll come back and revisit that. There's a kerosene tin. Yeah, when those sulfides start coming out of the rock, you get that smell a lot, definitely in either high sulfur or even low sulfur epithermal deposits. But you notice it was just in that section. That's where it's coming out. And right to the face once again. Okay, let's head over to the other one. Okay, let's follow Mr. M down this one. See what kind of trouble he can get us into.
Loaded ore chute.
Loaded ore chute.
Dynamite box.
All right. Anything up underneath there? Or is that as far as he goes?
Oh, unfortunately, it keeps going.
Oh, unfortunately.
Well, they just dogged it back here to the left to see if they could find anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that's it. Okay, well, we're going to keep working our way back, see what else we can find. Guys, as we're working our way out of this mine, I wanted to point this out. This is a underground karst feature. Now, a lot of you guys gave me a hard time on my pronunciation of it. Some people say karst, some people say karst. It's an underground cave feature, and this area through here, think of it as like a natural cave, and the water that came down through the rock carved this area out. Now, what's really neat about this, right above my head here, look at the limonite pocket that's running all through here, and makes perfect sense why the miners have all these tags. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Just a beautiful vein of limonite. Let me just follow it right up through here for you guys. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Okay, we're going to keep on working our way out. If I find something cool, I'll make sure I show it to you. Mr. M, take a look at what's right over there on the right-hand rib. Okay? This is what's called slabbing, okay? So if you guys have ever heard about mine deaths and guys that accidentally got slabbed, that's a slab right there that's peeling away from the ribs, and that's what can come down on you. If it was larger, of course, I mean, it could crush you and get you hurt real bad. That's fresh. That just slabbed away with this earthquake. There's all sorts of stuff that came down through this section. Okay, we're still working our way out of this mine, just finding cool stuff as we go. Okay guys, so we pretty much explored the primary haulage at it and all of the drifts going off left and right. Now what we need to do is see what's up in these stopes. Now, I've talked about it in the past. I've designed a brand new helmet rig. It's not currently attached. It sits here in front of me, and it sits right at eye level so that you guys can see exactly what I'm seeing, okay? So let's head on up into this stope and see what we can find. Okay. Let's see what we have up here. This is when I turn my head, and sitting right on top of a terrace is a rattlesnake. One of these days, something crazy like that's going to happen. Okay. Looking off to the right, you can see where they were following the vein. Right there. Oh, that's just gorgeous looking. All right. And off to a left. Hey, how in the heck did you get up here?
These ladders over here.
Oh, did you find another one? Jeez there, buddy, you scared the crap out of me. God. I'm here afraid of rattlesnakes, and you're standing up here. Holy cow. You gave me a good pulse of adrenaline there.
Look at that.
Look at this. Wow.
You know the ladder down there? That's the one I came up. And then I came across these boards.
Now the question is, let me look at something here. There we go. Now that is what I call a sketchy false floor. All right, everybody, that was a lot of fun. So indeed, what we had here was a gold mine, and you could see how they were chasing that vein, that big wide vein of limonite and quartz all the way up and out of the mountain. I'm gonna walk around here because earlier today I did find some separation piles, and if I can find some nice samples for you, I'll take those back and offer them on my eBay site. Okay, well, I'm gonna get on out of here. I appreciate you coming along for another really cool explore, and I'll see you again next weekend. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.